This game is even more about seeding and also learning about their identity. Amile Jefferson, a senior for the Blue Devils, said they have to solidify an identity before the postseason. And he says that right now that identity is versatility through adversity. This is the first time they'll have a full complement of players and their entire coaching staff since they played Georgia Tech early January. As for that UNC sideline, it is senior night. Isaiah Hicks was unable to play in this matchup at Duke. He knows that their record is 2-5 against the Blue Devils and says he wouldn't have had his senior night any other way, guys.
All right, Maria, thank you. As Maria mentioned, senior night here in Chapel Hill. Meeks, Hicks, Nate Britt, Stillman White, and Candler Coker, the 5 seniors, are getting the start tonight. Stillman White with the ball. White, of course, a guy who had a couple of big games in the tournament as a freshman when Kendall Marshall was injured back in 2012. Coker, a former member of the football team, doesn't play much at all, but they both get the start here on senior night.
And Duke in man-to-man looking to switch most every exchange. North Carolina is going to want to try to go inside, get a piece of the paint early on.
Britt short on the 3, and it's Duke ball as they come down the court for the first time. Frank Jackson coming off a couple of really good games. Too strong off the back of the iron, and Kennedy Meeks with a rebound.
And maybe not the best shot to start out for Frank Jackson. Want to get all the way to the basket if you can, because you're going to have some matchup advantages early.
Hicks baseline into traffic, turns it over to Jones. Kennard into traffic, no, but a foul call going against the heels.
Looked like Nate Britt got him.
Roy Williams has always started seniors on senior night, whether they're scholarship players, walk-ons. It's a tremendous tradition. As Reese said, they do senior night here as well as anybody. How long do you think guys like White and Coker stay in the game?
Well, it depends how they play. But that's a tradition that goes all the way back to Dean Smith. Roy Williams did it when he was at Kansas.
We'll see a lot of Barry and Jackson, of course. At the line, Luke Kennard among conference leaders in scoring, field goal percentage, free throw percentage, three-point percentage, and as Jay mentioned off the top of the show, a legitimate candidate for ACC Player of the Year.
Well, he's had a magnificent year. Duke going with a 1-2-2 three-quarter court press.
Meeks off the rim and down to Kennard, and back come the Blue Devils in transition. Still alive on the glass, out of bounds to Duke.
Well, Coker did a really nice job of challenging that shot without fouling.
And here come the starters, really. Jackson, Pinson, and Barry. We'll see more of Britt as he goes to the bench, but a big ovation really for the likes of White and Coker, the seniors who don't play very much at all, as they make their way off the court.
This is the matchup you're going to see Duke try to exploit. Kennedy Meeks is guarding Jason Tatum. He turns it over.
Pinson. And Carolina actually out-rebounded by Duke by 1 in the first matchup at Cameron. You don't hear that very often. Carolina as good a rebounding team as there is in the country, as Amile Jefferson banks one home.
Well, Carolina missing some chippies inside. Duke able to get out in transition.
Hicks with deep position, lays it in. Carolina on the board.
And that's what North Carolina missed in the first ball game between these two teams. When Isaiah Hicks missed the game with that hamstring injury, gives them a legit low post player along with Kennedy Meeks. They can really attack inside and go after matchups themselves.
Jefferson, who just had his senior night a few days ago, drives and reverses it home.
Well, you are going to see Duke try to drive Kennedy Meeks at every opportunity. Anytime that you see a big guy on a perimeter player or Amile Jefferson catches it with Kennedy Meeks on him, you're going to see a drive.
Matt Jones, terrific defender, given the assignment of Justin Jackson. Hicks threads the needle into Meeks, and we've got a foul going against Duke.
Amile Jefferson, who is getting healthier, coming off a double-double against Florida State, catches the ball on the perimeter, and Kennedy Meeks just really on an island out on the perimeter, and that's what Duke wants to do. Get Isaiah Hicks, Kennedy Meeks guarding out on the perimeter, get them into dribble handoffs, ball screen situations, make them guard outside of the paint where they're less comfortable.
Meeks at the line. Mike Krzyzewski, 44 and 39 against North Carolina, better than 1,000 wins in his 37th season at Duke.
He's getting close to 1,000 wins at Duke.
That's right.
It's really remarkable.
Yeah. He's at 993 at Duke. Could hit 1,000 this year if they have a nice run over the next few weeks. And we got a call going, another call going against Duke. It'll be Tatum with a foul.
And now that's the last thing you want to have happen is a foul on a free throw block out. It's almost like everyone was surprised when it was missed.
Saw Roy Williams as well, another Hall of Famer, 14th year at the University of North Carolina as the head coach, as Meeks has a very productive trip down the court.
And while Duke is going to try to exploit matchups on their offensive end, North Carolina is going to go inside when they've got a smaller guy and a big guy.
Jackson turns it over, numbers for the Heels. Justin Jackson. What a pass from Pinson.
Theo Pinson is a fabulous passer, and that was just a beautiful pass.
The noise level really ratcheting up here with the Dean Dome.
As is the Carolina defense.
Matt Jones misses a three.
And Jones has really struggled from the field in his last 3 games. 5 of 24 coming into this one in his last 3. Good pass.
Meeks. In and out, Tatum the rebound.
North Carolina continues to get the ball inside. They've got a couple guys that can score and shoot over the smaller Blue Devils.
Grayson Allen coming off the bench tonight because of the ankle injury, so Jackson getting a lot of the ball handling responsibilities for Duke. Another missed 3. Jones got knocked down trying to get back into the play, and he does. Comes up with a steal.
Boy, what a terrible pass. And Matt Jones is now 2 of his last 13 from 3. He needs to get 1 to go down to start feeling better about things and become more confident offensively, because he is a great defender.
A good pace in the early going here in Chapel Hill. Jefferson just keeps on going and banks home another one.
Kennedy Meeks made an error there. He gambled on the top side on that catch, and that opened up a straight line drive for Emil Jefferson. You got to stay between Jefferson and the basket. That was a defensive mistake by Kennedy Meeks, where he's not likely to get a steal there.
Jackson baseline with his patented floater.
Who is better at college basketball in the mid-range game than Justin Jackson?
Better than 18 points per game for the junior.
He has had a fabulous season on both ends of the floor. Really improved as a defender this year.
Guarding Kennard at this end. Jefferson again. Strong drive. And he'll be at the free throw line when we come back. And when we come back, talking about some hard contact, Jay Bilas is taking on the bubble. The entire bubble. When we come back.
Got no shot against me.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by...
Are you kidding me? I'm trying to keep this space safe to be on TV.
Yeah, tell us something we don't know.
The moneymaker.
That's right. That's Reese's line. Guys sticking around, of course, watching some hoops here. Got a great seat on the baseline. Reese and Seth and Jay will bring you the halftime show from the court here in Chapel Hill. And no surprise, Jay, great energy, great pace early in this game.
Well, both teams like to get up and down, but especially North Carolina. They want a fast-paced game with more possessions, a little bit of a deeper team that goes to its bench more. But it's been a challenge early on to contain Emil Jefferson, especially off the dribble. Jefferson's done a great job of attacking Kennedy Meeks, Isaiah Hicks, who's ever guarding him. He's just putting his head down and going to the basket and getting to the rim.
Remember when he suffered the foot injury earlier this year, the same foot that he suffered a serious injury to last year. But Coach K said after the last game, the win over Florida State during the week, Jefferson getting healthier and really responded with a big game against the Seminoles. Grayson Allen, Harry Giles into the game for Duke. Luke May, Tony Bradley into the game for Carolina. Allen playing with an ankle injury. Didn't play last week against Miami and only played 16 minutes off the bench Tuesday against Florida State.
Well, Allen switches off now on Justin Jackson.
Barry knocks it down. 41% from beyond the arc.
One of the top three-point shooters in the ACC by percentage. And Justin Jackson makes almost 3 per game. They have got to knock down more than 4 threes in this game if North Carolina wants to win it.
Jefferson won't take the baseline jumper, trying to back down May. Jump hook, in and out.
Good block out by Tony Bradley.
Barry guarded by Allen. Former AAU teammates and friends, and Barry knocks one down over him.
Well, you can see Joel Barry very aggressive offensively, but Grayson Allen's been hobbled by an ankle injury. I think North Carolina wants to try to test him out and go after him early.
Can Kennard get going? Tough shot will go for Luke Kennard.
Oh, what a great offensive player he is. Also an excellent rebounder for a guard. He's so good with his shot fake.
Jackson driving Jones. Good help by Harry Giles. Carolina retains possession.
How about that play by Matt Jones, knocking that ball out of bounds? Such a great defender. Joel Barry coming down in transition. Catches it coming toward the ball. Gets a really good pass by Luke May right in his shooting pocket. Then coming down in transition, going right after Grayson Allen, pulling up. Just a really confident start by the only guy on this Carolina team that scored double figures at Virginia, 12 points, in a game in which Carolina inexplicably scored only 43 points.
Luke May. They're up by 4 here at the Dean Dome. Again at stake tonight, Carolina has already clinched the outright ACC championship and, of course, the #1 seed at the tournament in Brooklyn this coming week. For Duke, this is very, very big. If they lose, they're the 5 seed, and they'll have to play a second-round game on Wednesday and win 4 in a row if they were to win the ACC tournament. If they win tonight, they are the 4 seed, would get a double bye, and wouldn't start until Thursday.
How about that? A team, Duke, that's won 10 games against the RPI top 50 could finish 5th in the league.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Tomorrow, our NBA Sunday Showcase game comes your way from Madison Square Garden. Steph Curry and the Warriors taking on the Knicks, 3:30 Eastern on ABC. NBA Countdown with Sage and Jalen gets you ready for the game at 3. Also streaming live on the ESPN app and watch ESPN.
How good has Frank Jackson been his last 2 games? He's averaging 19 points over his last 2. 14 of 25 from the field. His prior 3 games, he was just 4 of 13 from the field, 5 points per game. He is in a good place right now and really an attack guard.
And with Allen hobbled by the injury, they need all they can get from Jackson. Good effort by Bradley on the offensive glass, but that'll be a held ball, and the arrow will turn it back over to Duke. One further note, and we'll revisit this from time to time tonight. Florida State, with their win over Miami today, they have clinched the 2 seed in the ACC tournament. Notre Dame, Louisville, and Duke in some configuration will be 3, 4, 5, and everything from 6 down is known. Heading into the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. It'll start Tuesday night, and you can see every game of the ACC tournament on the ESPN family of networks.
A great pressure on the ball by Joel Barry, and this is a matchup that Jason Tatum is going to drive. Luke May
kicking to Jackson in the corner. Got it.
That's going to cause a rotation. Tatum was able to just get past May.
Quick 3 by Jackson, and out of bounds back to Duke.
Frank Jackson has played so well of late, and he's had a terrific freshman year. Little back pick from Luke Kennard. Just Joel Barry got caught up against Jason Tatum there, just not alert to get out to Frank Jackson, who's done such a good job on the ball, but off the ball, Joel Barry got lost.
3 freshmen in the game right now for Duke, for each, of course, their first taste of this rivalry in this building. Duke beat Carolina 86-78, 9th of February at Cameron as Giles turns it over and takes us to immediate timeout. Duke leading Carolina by 1. When we come back, not just now.
Are you good at it?
Oh, yeah, I'm nice with it.
If you didn't play basketball, what sport would you play?
Football.
Football?
Yeah.
Are you good at football?
I'm nice.
Nice. 94 feet with nice clean tires. Can either one of you spell Mikhailuk?
I can't. I can try. M-Y-K.
We don't have that long. 94 feet. It's over.
That was fun. You had fun. They had fun. I can't decide which is my favorite. Malik Monk saying, well, Malik Monk, of course. Great hustle there by Allen, and a terrific look ahead to Tatum for the slam.
What a play by Grayson Allen. first to the floor, got the ball, and had the presence of mind to pitch it ahead. That's a big-time play.
Duke has had a lot of success in recent years against Carolina. In this building as well, as Barry makes his second three, and it's tied at 19.
Tatum's got the size advantage, but he had his hand down. What does Mark Jackson say? Hand down, man down?
Allen hearing the boos every time he touches the ball. Tatum driving May, and he's fouled.
When the ball hit the floor, Grayson Allen was the first on it. It looked like Theo Pinson had the inside track for it, but Allen just beat him to the floor, and that's a heck of a pass to hit Jason Tatum for the dunk.
Meeks and Hicks back into the game for Carolina. Duke looking to retake the lead. Tatum for three. Hicks inside looking for room, finds Barry. It's his third three of the game. We've had 7 lead changes in less than 10 minutes of basketball.
It's Duke, Carolina. What do you expect? What a pass by Isaiah Hicks.
Allen with a shot fake. Pass deflected and stolen by Barry.
Joel Barry has been all over the place in this game. Maybe he doesn't like coming off the bench.
Grayson Allen nearly a steal. Hicks too strong, but he is fouled and will head to the line.
What a start in this game for Joel Barry, who started off the season as well as any guard in the country. He is catching, looking to score right away, and not hesitating. And this was a great pass by Isaiah Hicks. Didn't have anything underneath. Pretty good seats there.
A great view of Barry and the Tar Heels is Isaiah Hicks, who earlier in this game with his first bucket surpassed the 1,000-point plateau for his career.
That gives North Carolina 4 1,000-point scorers at the same time. And as you know, 1,000 points in a career, that's a benchmark of a great college career.
Right. You had what, 1,000 in a little bit?
1,062.
But who's counting? Barry out, getting a breather. Hicks, his senior night. Kennedy Meeks, his senior night. Nate Britt, the same. Kennedy Meeks, we talked about this the last time we saw Carolina, and he's added to his total tonight. He's got a chance to surpass 1,000 rebounds in his career. He came into the game tonight at 956.
Really remarkable. And Emil Jefferson in his last game went over 1,000 points at Duke, and he's got over 800 rebounds.
We got some guys in this game who have been getting it done at the highest level for a while.
Wow.
Banked in by Kennard.
Talk about a guy who's not hesitating. I don't think he meant to bank that in, but that was a difficult shot over Theo Pinson.
If he can raise his scoring average just a little bit between now and the end of the season, Kennard has a chance to be the first Blue Devil since Christian Laettner to average 20 points per game and shoot 50% or better from the field.
Well, Justin Jackson is really struggling, coming off a 7-point game against Virginia. This shot got up quickly right over Theo Pinson. That wasn't bad defense. It was just a quick shot. I don't think he meant to bank that in, but it still counts.
Hicks trying to take advantage of his size against Tatum. Tatum will drive him at one hand, and Hicks will try to bully him at the other.
Well, it looked like he got away with a little shuffle there, but a strong move by Isaiah Hicks. And North Carolina's going to continue to go inside.
Kennard banks home another one.
Maybe he did mean to bank it in if it happens twice.
Well, he's smirking after the second one.
It's a trend.
Seventh Woods, the freshman, off the back of the iron, and here's Jackson.
Not sure that's the shot that North Carolina wanted from Seventh Woods. Not a great jump shooter.
Tatum with lots of space draws the foul on Hicks, who has had trouble staying out of foul trouble in recent games, and that is his second.
Well, they had trouble staying out of foul trouble going against Jason Tatum, having to guard on the perimeter. If you go underneath the screen on a pick and roll and you're late, he is going to pull up That's 2 banks in a row.
He does it again. I got to believe they've been working on that at practice this week. and even he can't conceal his amusement over the fact that he banked home a couple of shots.
Well, Duke traditionally has gone after matchups in this game. And with North Carolina having more size and more strength inside, that means on the defensive end that either Isaiah Hicks, Kennedy Meeks, now Luke May into the game, one of those guys is going to have to guard a perimeter player. You're going to have to guard Jason Tatum. And so you can expect Duke at every opportunity to go to Tatum and allow him to exploit that matchup.
So we are tied again, this time at 26. Giles back into the game for Duke as we check in with Maria.
You know, before this game, Dan, Kennedy Meeks and Isaiah Hicks talked about foul trouble. Meeks trying to remind Hicks that they need him in this game, especially because he missed the first one with that hamstring injury. And he says he has no problem going up to him and letting him know when he's not playing well or when he's out of position and committing a silly foul.
Well, a loss for Carolina with Hicks on the bench. As Jay mentioned, May now draws a very tough assignment in having to guard Tatum. Pinson pulls up from the wing. May with the offensive rebound, but he threw it away. And he was falling out of bounds.
It started Duke's break.
Jackson, no, but he is fouled by Woods. Coming up after us tonight, we've got Washington State and UCLA. Another look at maybe the best offense in the country in the Bruins. And after that, Sports Center at night, Max Brentos and Jonathan Coachman coming your way. A busy day in college basketball, NBA, NHL, spring training, and more. All kinds of action in college hoops. Vanderbilt got a big win today, beating Florida. Some of the Big East bubble teams picked up important wins today.
Seton Hall with a huge win at Butler. And if you haven't seen UCLA's Lonzo Ball play, he is going to be a huge factor in the NCAA tournament. He is the second coming of Jason Kidd and absolutely controls the game from the point guard position without dominating the ball.
He's one of the Wooden Award final top 15 candidates. Justin Jackson is as well, so's Luke Kennard. Jackson, turn around, and it goes.
Boy, what a move by Justin Jackson going against a great defender in Matt Jones. Just took him down into the post. And I thought he was going to turn baseline, but turn into the middle, but wound up turning back baseline right into Matt Jones. And Jones tried to take the ball away from him, wound up fouling him. It wasn't with his chest, it was with his hands. And that's a terrific kiss off the glass by a guy who's been struggling a little bit coming into this one. He played extraordinarily well up until the Virginia game. And then Justin Jackson's missed a few shots that he's rushed, some deep ones.
So what this could mean is Jones goes to the bench with 2, is that Mike Krzyzewski may need significant minutes here from Grayson Allen, a bad ankle and all. Allen back in the game, 8 minutes to go in the half. Allen has not attempted a shot during his time in the game so far tonight.
Got to stay down on Luke Kennard's shot fakes.
And more conventionally, he'll not use the glass this time and rattle it home to put Duke back on top.
But that's not necessarily that bad of a result for North Carolina because they made him take a tough 2 instead of giving him a 3.
Tipped back in by Meeks.
Luke Kennard trying to say that the ball was up over the cylinder, but nobody boxed out Kennedy Meeks. And although Kennedy Meeks doesn't explode off the ground, he gets to the ball and he's got great second and third jump. And Joel Berry did not start this game because of senior night, but he came in like a veteran and he has been very aggressive on the offensive end. Double figures already, knocking down every 3 he's attempted. 9 points from the three-point line.
He was a member of the Final Four team back in 1995, and Antoine Jamison. A couple of great Tar Heels watching their team go back and forth in a game that's already seen 11 lead changes.
Never saw anyone quicker from the catch to the release in college basketball than Antoine Jamison.
Allen the kick.
A really good pursuit there by Joel Berry.
Both teams shooting over 50% so far tonight. And the numbers will go up a little bit for Duke on the bank shot by Jackson.
Well, Frank Jackson much more confident in his last 3 games and has come into this building firing. Luke Kennard has started off really well in this game, 11 points. And Frank Jackson running the point from the start of the game. Gets a ball screen up top and just gets an angle to the basket on Barry and kisses it off the glass. And he is really dynamic with the ball in his hands.
Grayson Allen called for his first foul.
A little mismatch here. Surprised Barry didn't try to drive Amile Jefferson.
Hicks may try to back down Kennard. And he does. Spins and lays it in beautifully.
You got to have some help come over. Luke Kennard's not going to be able to guard Isaiah Hicks down in the low post. And you certainly can't get caught behind. If you can try to get around in front, sit on his legs, and try to make him throw over the top, then you got a chance. Luke Kennard, who can create some matchup problems on the other end, gets caught behind. And one-on-one in the post against Isaiah Hicks. Harry Giles has got to be over there and shading over. If he's not going to come double, he's got to be there to come block that shot.
Giles out, Tatum back in. And Allen shooting free throws right into the student section here in Chapel Hill.
And so far, Duke is getting to the free throw line and dominating from there. North Carolina's +3 from the three-point line. But right now, Duke is now +7 from the free throw line.
Allen knocks them both down.
In the first game, Duke made more free throws and also made a ton more threes. Duke was +27 from the three-point line in game number 1 in Durham.
Duke 13 out of 27 from beyond the arc in Durham. Carolina 4 for 12.
The screen for the screener for Justin Jackson.
Hicks misses the slam.
Now, you are not going to get an easier shot. Ball kept alive.
And then nobody picks up Tatum, who knocks down the three. What a swing there in favor of the Blue Devils.
A 5-point swing. Missed the dunk, and then an easy, wide-open step-in three for Jason Tatum.
And Duke is up by 4 on the road here in Chapel Hill. Meeks couldn't handle the pass.
Well, he had a wide-open lane to the basket. He's got to catch that and finish it.
Tatum with a pull-up, short. Barry always in attack mode. Hicks with another opportunity. He'll lay it in.
Well, that's almost like an assist. North Carolina doing a good job on the offensive glass in this one. That's 8 second chance points in the ball game. 8-0.
They rebound 42% of their missed shots, the best percentage in the country. Allen has a chance for a 4-point play.
Well, what a defensive mistake there by Justin Jackson. That was a difficult shot attempt by Grayson Allen. Going over the top of that screen, Allen ready to shoot, but you can't foul there. That was terrific offense by Grayson Allen, but just a huge mistake to foul there. Not only to pick up a foul, but to foul a jump shooter.
Second on Jackson.
And really, the foul's starting to mount on North Carolina. It's usually a team that does not foul that much.
And Allen completes the 4-point play. Carolina is the deeper team, but they've got Hicks and Jackson each with 2 fouls. Jones the only Blue Devil with 2.
Matt Jones started out guarding Justin Jackson, but just a switch there. Luke Kennard switched out on him.
The drive by Jackson, left hand no, and a foul going against Duke.
Just got right into the body of Jason Tatum. You can't open up and allow a straight line drive into the middle. And that's exactly what Jason Tatum did there. He moved that right foot back and just sort of opened the gate for Justin Jackson.
Second on Tatum.
And Tatum's had a fabulous freshman year, hasn't he? 16 points a game, 7.5 rebounds.
Here's another guy who's had a fabulous freshman game. Lonzo Ball, the NCAA leader in assists. It'll be the Bruins and Washington State right after this game tonight here on ESPN.
6'6", great in transition. Just a great passer. Terrific vision. And he can shoot it.
Boy, are they fun to watch. Boy, is this fun to watch.
This has been a great game.
Yeah.
Carolina's about to get it by halftime more than they got against Virginia in 40 minutes up in Charlottesville.
They were held to 43. Allen finds an open Kennard.
Anytime that Justin Jackson is guarding a perimeter player, they need to drive him. He's got 2 fouls. If they can get 3 on him by halftime, that's a big play.
Berry looking for his and finding it. 14 for Joel Berry.
That's sort of the definition of hot. That is one hot player right now. Joel Berry came into this game shooting and has not taken his eyes off the rim yet. Whether it's from inside the arc or outside, got the switch, and Harry Giles just left the ball. You got to stay with it until your other defender, your teammate, recovers to the ball.
Jones steps in, finds Allen.
That was a foul.
Jefferson, offensive foul.
Boy, Justin Jackson got away with one there. He's very, very fortunate. Boy, these teams are going toe to toe. And you're not going to get an easier shot. Isaiah Hicks missing the dunk. It led to a wide open 3, a 5-point swing. But Joel Berry has been absolutely magnificent in this game. What a game.
The goal of every allergy sufferer is 0 nasal allergy symptoms, and nothing gets you close.
Duke by 1 in a great game so far here in Chapel Hill. Let's take a look at the last non-call between Jackson and Allen.
And this is what I was talking about. See how he reaches, Justin Jackson reaches out that right arm and touches Grayson Allen with it, and then he winds up like that's going to be called a foul the overwhelming majority of the time. And he also wound up with his right foot sort of tripping onto Allen. As you see, he sort of trips on his foot. That's kind of incidental contact, but it's just the arm on him. The overwhelming majority of the time, the referee's going to call that, and that would have been the 3rd foul. And then it was a great play to get the charge on Emil Jefferson. But that's why Duke wants to drive Justin Jackson at every opportunity, see if they can pick up that 3rd foul. Same thing for North Carolina. Matt Jones has 2. Emil Jefferson's got 2. Jason Tatum's got 2. You can get a 3rd foul on a player before halftime. That can change the course of the second half.
No Hicks right now for Carolina. No Tatum for Duke. No 3 for Jackson. And Giles down with a rebound for the Blue Devils.
And Justin Jackson saying that he got hit on that shot. And that's 0 for 4 from 3 for Justin Jackson in this game. He's got 8 points, but not able to get anything to go down from deep.
And Allen draws the foul on Brandon Robinson and has snapped his head back, as you often see guards do on the contact. Robinson a little bit shaken up, but he was called for the foul. And this is not a popular call.
Now they're going to go to the monitor. He gets fouled. See, his arm goes off, and then he throws his arm up. And that was definitely a foul on Robinson, but the question is, will they call this any sort of flagrant?
Right.
And I don't think so. Well, he does put his arm up there.
I don't know. It's hard to call that a basketball play.
It's hard to call it a basketball play?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not sure I'd call that flagrant, but you know, it's unfortunate that a guy got hit there. But usually when the referees get together like that, they wind up calling it something.
So Robinson called for the personal foul for sticking out the right arm into the chest of Allen. And will they go to the monitor? I don't think they've taken the monitor out yet. They're talking about what they will do. Will they go to the monitor to see?
They basically have to.
Yeah, if the left forearm or elbow of Allen is worthy of a flagrant 1.
Yeah, that is that's not really a normal motion with your arm up that high.
When the officials will come over and
I can see this going either way.
Yeah, I think when the officials come over and talk to us, they'll say something like, no flagrant, that was a basketball play.
Yeah.
And by that verbiage, I don't know, by that terminology, I don't know if you can say it's a basketball play. Ron Gruber, one of the officials, on his way over.
14 white, dead ball, contact technical foul. So we're going to shoot the 1-on-1, and we'll shoot the dead ball, and then throw in
So it's not a flagrant foul because the whistle had already been blown on the personal foul. It's a dead ball contact technical foul assessed to Grayson Allen, which in effect has the same penalty attached to it.
Yeah, well, you shoot a free throw, one free throw, and then North Carolina will get the ball at midcourt.
As Jones over to confirm.
So Grayson Allen will shoot the free throws first, and then North Carolina will walk to the other end and shoot the dead ball contact technical, and then Carolina will get the ball.
So now the crowd booing as the announcement is made about the personal foul on Brandon Robinson. They'll feel a little bit better about things when they get. There's the announcement about the dead ball contact technical foul. So Allen becoming a big factor in this game, much more than he was Tuesday against Florida State. Not 100% healthy because of the ankle, but getting more minutes because of some foul trouble to some of his teammates. Let's go to Maria Taylor as they walk down the court.
All right, we've got Jay Will, we've got Seth, and you've played in this bad boy before, so what are your thoughts on the matchup so far?
First off, it's been a great game. I'm really surprised of how Duke came out when they played in the first half in between Tatum, Grayson Allen, Luke Kennard, and then Frank Jackson. We talked about him being an X factor. He's been phenomenal in the first half.
What about you, Coach?
Well, Joel Berry, to me, he's been absolutely terrific, but I like the way both coaches are attacking matchups. Carolina trying to punch it inside, Duke trying to isolate people and attacking their bigs off the bounce. Terrific basketball game.
All right, well, you hear more from him during the halftime show. It's College Game Day, guys.
We sure will. The Alfa Romeo halftime report. A look at the first half here. All kinds of action on the bubble and big wins for a couple of presumptive #1 seeds in the Jayhawks and Villanova. Great give and go, and it will go for Robinson.
Boy, what a beautiful cut by Brandon Robinson and a great pass by Luke May. And Luke May had Jason Tatum on him. And that's a matchup that Tatum has 2 fouls. Luke May may be able to get some things done.
Allen with a drive. Tough shot is fouled.
Another great drive by Grayson Allen. Brandon Robinson just can't open up that much. But this is a great cut by Brandon Robinson and a really nice finish over Harry Giles. Beautiful pocket pass by May. This is pretty basketball.
We now have a total of 7 players in the game, 4 Blue Devils and 3 Tar Heels, who have 2 fouls apiece, including Allen.
And Duke has been getting to the free throw line.
4 starters sitting over there for Carolina right now. Berry is the only starter in the game for North Carolina at the moment.
And not horribly unusual for North Carolina to play a group of subs at one time.
Allen gets booed as he heads to the bench.
So Tatum has been guarding Luke May. And May may be able to take him down into the post. Got a switch.
Berry's been hot tonight, and he stays that way.
Oh, you cannot go underneath. Joel Berry has been dominant. Dominant.
5 for 5 from 3. Mr. Billis, we've had 17 lead changes in the first half.
Is that it?
We could be heading for a 50-50 halftime score.
Joel Berry's already got more threes in this game than Carolina had in the whole first game against Duke and Cameron.
He's driving now. Too strong off the window. Ball still loose. Belongs to Duke. Tatum has to give it up.
Let's see if Duke tries to go with Jason Tatum here against Luke May. There it is.
Crosses over, pulls up. No good.
I think any shot by Joel Berry right now is a good shot.
Or a pass over the top to Bradley. Timeout Duke. Back in 30. Don't go in it. An up and down affair. Great offense on display at both ends of the court. Joel Berry has knocked down all 5 of his threes tonight. Has a game-high 19. And also found his buddy, Tony Bradley, for the lay-in. Duke calls timeout after that. They're down by 4, a minute 10 to go in what has been a scintillating first half of action.
The freshman Marquise Bolden is into the game for Duke. North Carolina showing some full court man-to-man pressure.
They just do get it in.
And Frank Jackson has been playing the point for most of this first half, and he's done a good job against some excellent pressure by Joel Berry.
Looks like Allen may sit out the rest of the half because he's got 2 fouls. Less than a minute to go here in the first half. This qualifies as a large lead for one of these two teams. Wow. The way this one has gone, and Kennard makes a very difficult shot. He's got 13.
Well, Kennard called for the run-out ball screen with Marquise Bolden, and what a terrific offensive player Luke Kennard is.
May. And it's over the backboard, and it will be Duke's ball. Don't forget, tomorrow, our NBA Sunday Showcase game comes your way from New York City as the Knicks host Steph Curry and the Warriors. 3:30 Eastern on ABC. It begins with NBA Countdown with Sage and Jalen.
Well, Duke can take the last shot of this first half. Grayson Allen back into the ball game for Matt Jones, in part to get Allen's offense in, but also
5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Wow.
That was a quick 5.
Well, they flirted with it last time they inbounded, and it got called this time.
So now it's North Carolina can get the last shot, assuming they can get it inbounds.
And Allen stays in on defense with the 2 fouls and tips it out of bounds.
And North Carolina a little loose with the ball, and Roy Williams not appreciating it. Ball's got to go into the hands of Joel Berry. Let him decide what to do. There it is.
Jackson on him, 10 seconds. Ball screen Bradley. Pinson will launch. And that'll be all in a great 20 minutes of action here in Chapel Hill. Luke Kennard with 13. Joel Berry leading all scorers with 19. Made 5 threes. And it's the Tar Heels by 2. First half. Lots of great offense. Carolina 48. Duke 46 in the rematch. Welcome back to Chapel Hill. Dan Schulman and Jay Billis. Wow.
It always delivers.
Yeah.
Duke Carolina always delivers, and it delivered in the first half. And North Carolina +3 from the three-point line. They got beat badly in the first game from the three-point line, and Carolina dominated the paint. But one thing North Carolina's got to do is they've got to keep Duke off the free throw line. That's where the Blue Devils had the advantage. They were +9 from the free throw line in that first half.
5 ties, 17 lead changes. Moments ago, Maria Taylor with Roy Williams.
Coach, 17 lead changes, and both teams are shooting at least 50%. What's going to be the difference down the stretch?
Well, we've got to stop putting them on the free throw line. They shoot 17 free throws, made 16 of them, so hopefully we'll stop fouling as much, and if we do foul them, maybe they'll miss one.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Again, what's at stake? Carolina's already clinched the outright ACC regular season championship after Notre Dame lost earlier today to Louisville. This is big, big, big for Duke. If they win, they're the 4 seed. They get a double bye at the ACC tournament. If they lose, they're the 5 seed. They have to play a second round game on Wednesday. Of course, for Carolina, although they've clinched already the outright title, they don't want to lose to Duke twice in the same season.
They want to win this game, and you're going to see Duke continue to try to drive the ball because the free throw line has been a huge factor for Duke in that first half. And in the first play that North Carolina had the ball, they ran a set that I think they call it box left slip, and Duke defended it by switching, didn't give them anything, and Carolina wound up turning it over.
A number of players on the floor have 2 fouls, and we'll see if anybody were to pick up an early 3rd foul in this half, how that would impact their playing time. Hicks, one of the guys with 2. Up and in. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 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 seconds
Duke is switching some exchanges. And when there's a switch and you're going to have a little guy guarding Isaiah Hicks, he's been very aggressive in getting to the rim.
Senior night for Hicks. Senior night for Meeks. Meeks down with a rebound. Long pass deflected away by Kennard.
Well, you just have to throw that ball ahead. That wasn't a very good pass by Kennedy Meeks. Just throw it ahead and let the offensive player run through it.
Jefferson, who had some very good moments offensively early in the first half. Terrific move, and he banks it in with a left hand.
His footwork is so good, pivoting around big guys.
Both Jefferson into double figures.
Both Jefferson and Luke Kennard are very good with their footwork and fakes.
Good D there by Jones. He's another guy playing with 2 fouls.
Emil Jefferson looks so much healthier. Drives right past Isaiah Hicks, then gets him in the post and makes terrific pivot moves and goes to that left hand off the glass. That was a really nice move by the fifth-year senior.
Barry gets a switch. Tatum on him. He'll drive him. Fade away shot not close. Meeks got a hand on it and is fouled by Jefferson.
That's his third.
That is his third. And a big decision coming here for Mike Krzyzewski.
Kennedy Meeks just a 62% free throw shooter, and I think Emil Jefferson trying to say it wasn't me. My experience, that doesn't work.
So the Duke bench is up in arms as well. One of their best players just picked up his third foul, but he will stay. Still to come tonight, UCLA. Lonzo Ball and the Bruins taking on Washington State right after the conclusion of this game tonight.
UCLA has 6 guys averaging in double figures. 5 of them average 12 points per game or more. That is a dangerous offensive team.
And your favorite pick and pop guy in America in Thomas Welsh.
He never misses an open 15-footer. It's just about automatic.
Barry with a change of speed. Offensive foul.
A gutsy play by Emil Jefferson to step in there and take that charge with 3 fouls.
Barry looking up to the video scoreboard in the corner of the Dean Dome here to get a look at it himself. First on Barry. Boy, that's a big call. Looked like the right call, but that's a big call. Jackson playing with a world of confidence the last couple of games, isn't he? Meeks got a piece of that.
Well, Jackson had been struggling his last 2 games. He had 16 and then 22. But prior to that, the 3 games prior, really had been struggling. But he is seeing a big basket right now.
Kennard. Open man Jones. Carolina making Duke take some tough shots.
That was really good defense by Isaiah Hicks. Moved his feet, kept his hands up, showed his hands. And Matt Jones was driving basically right into his chest.
Grayson Allen, some very good moments in the first half. Came off the bench, as he will here in the second half, playing with the bad ankle. But he played 12 minutes, had 10 points, made a 3, and knocked down all 7 of his free throws in the first half.
Another miss. Wide open shot that time for Justin Jackson. He's not getting anything to fall outside the arc. I think he's 0 for 5 from 3.
He is, and the team other than Barry is 0 for 9. Jefferson, Tatum, count it.
Boy, what a heck of a pass right there by Emil Jefferson. One-on-one in the post. He was just backing Kennedy Meeks down.
Double figures for Tatum. Jackson. And Carolina back on top.
But ultimately, moving without the ball, Justin Jackson is going to find an opening. Can't get anything to go from 3, but he is an excellent cutter.
Jefferson spinning on Meeks.
Good job by Meeks to stay in front.
Kennard off balance, right-handed shot, and he draws the foul.
And just a poor closeout there by Theo Pinson. Opened up the middle and let Kennard drive right past him. Justin Jackson right here on the left. Watch him move without the ball, gets right into the middle, the left-handed layup. He needs to get something going from three. Maybe getting a layup, seeing the ball go through the basket will get him going, because he's gotten some open opportunities from three and hasn't been able to knock them down.
May back into the game. Hicks will get a breather as we are just about at the under 16 media timeout. First whistle under 16, they go to break.
Well, North Carolina's got to do a better job of closing out the shooters and staying low and not giving up those middle drives. Because when Duke's getting the ball into the paint and getting it into the middle off the bounce, that's where they're able to get fouls.
Tied again. Remember, Jefferson's got three. Meeks over him, left it short. Jackson. It's still alive, and it's still Carolina's. May got it.
North Carolina is so aggressive on the glass. If they can't grab it, they keep it alive. And Carolina has been dominating the paint and dominating the glass.
Kennard almost turned it over. It's still loose.
They got a foul.
A foul on Joel Berry. And a timeout on the floor. Early in the second half, Carolina leading Duke by 2 in a huge game here in Chapel Hill, and still to come.
Nice and tight too. That's it. Keep going. Keep going. Well done. Well done.
I thought things were particularly crisp in the truck tonight. The Gnome taking over the directing duties, at least for the time being. Jackson with a drive up and in and counted, and a chance for three as Duke can go back on top.
Boy, what a move by Frank Jackson. Got past his initial defender and then took on Kennedy Meeks. Little dribble handoff there and took on Meeks, crossed over, and Meeks just caught him with the right arm and gave him the continuation, getting to the rim. Anytime that we talked before that anytime that Duke can put Kennedy Meeks or Isaiah Hicks into dribble handoffs, into ball screen situations, they're going to try to make the Carolina big guys guard on the perimeter.
Duke's only had 5 players score tonight. They're all in double figures, and they're back on top as we go to Maria.
You know, in the UNC huddle, coaches were just telling Kennedy Meeks to stay straight up. Of course, they were talking when Emil Jefferson is backing him in and going right at him. A little bit of a different story when you got a quick guard coming at you there, guys.
Well, Carolina has got to figure out a way to play good defense without fouling, because Duke is getting to the free throw line at will.
Jackson misses the runner. Bradley comes up with a loose ball.
Tony Bradley has got a great pair of hands. His offensive rebound rate close to 20% when he's on the floor. He averages 7.5 offensive rebounds per 40 minutes.
Jefferson. Got Bradley in the air and finished.
Well, what a great fake by Emil Jefferson. He's having an outstanding basketball game.
Britt off to Jackson. Jackson off to May. And May will reverse it up and in.
What a pass and what a better catch and finish by Luke May.
Grayson Allen, Harry Giles getting ready to come in.
And Grayson Allen's got 10 points in this game. He's taken 1 field goal attempt. But he's 7 of 7 from the free throw line. There's another foul. The activity and the cutting and the constant movement by Justin Jackson opens up so much for his teammates. Emil Jefferson taking his attention to Justin Jackson, that opened it up. for Luke May to get to the rim, and a terrific pass by Jackson.
And Kennard, 85%, of course, as you said, he misses one. Let's take a look at On the Road, presented by Travelocity. Duke 35-61 all-time in Chapel Hill, but they've won 5 of their last 6 here. And as we mentioned, they've had a lot of success against Carolina recently. If they could win this game, it'll be 4 regular season sweeps in the last 8 years. Tatum and Jackson out. Giles and Allen in.
Allen on Joel Berry, and Berry should look to drive him.
Bradley, the 17-footer. Well, he shot that with confidence.
Well, baby, he shot it with confidence in Carolina's practices. He's been working on that perimeter jumper, and he did not hesitate from 15 feet. Nate Britt guarding Allen.
Allen off a screen. Nice look. Giles fouled by May.
Tony Bradley, just a freshman, averages about 5.5 rebounds per game, 3 of them on the offensive end, shoots 56% from the field, just flashes right in the middle. Harry Giles not going to respect that shot. And Bradley wide open, the good-looking stroke, little flap. That thing went dead in the hoop. And Carolina, with 13 minutes to go in regulation, has piled up some fouls. Yep. The next team foul for North Carolina, and Duke's in the bonus the remainder of the game.
Duke's been great at the line, although they have missed 2 of their last 3. And Harry Giles hearing a chant of overrated right now from the fans here in Chapel Hill. He might be over-injured more than anything else. The guy's a tremendous talent. He's just not playing healthy this year.
He's had 2 knee surgeries in high school, and then had a third this season.
He's not been able to be the contributor he wanted to be this year.
Of course not. And he's not going to be the player he was in high school this year. What a switch.
Britt driving on Jefferson, gets by him. Jefferson comes down with a rebound.
Just able to bother that shot enough to make Nate Britt miss. Duke's got to continue to look to put the ball on the floor and try to get a foul on North Carolina, get to the free throw line.
The booze cascading down on Allen again as he hands off to Kennard. 7 to shoot. Kennard for 3. Yes!
That's 0 hesitation off that ball screen. If you're not right up there, he is looking to pull the trigger.
19 for Kennard.
What a game. This has been so much fun to watch. Do they even have a shot clock in this game? They don't need one.
Berry gets by Allen. Jefferson got a piece of it. Kennard has it.
An excellent rebounder for a guard. Kennard averages over 5 rebounds a game. Kennard working off low screens from Jefferson or Harry Giles.
Berry forces him out. He hands it off. Jefferson reverses back. Too strong.
That was a good job defensively by Joel Berry to stay down on fakes.
And a Duke foul to take us to a timeout.
Well, Luke Kennard, just a sophomore from Ohio, and he did not hesitate to put that shot up.
It always delivers, as Mr. Billis said in the first half, the best rivalry in college basketball, and it is certainly delivering tonight here in Chapel Hill. 63-61. Duke leading North Carolina on senior night in front of better than 21,000. A great environment, and I guess predictably, this wasn't the way it was in the first game back at Cameron, but Carolina is taking advantage of Duke on the offensive glass.
Well, North Carolina is the best offensive rebounding team in the country. They are getting second shots, but Duke is starting to get to the free throw line even more than they did in the first half. Duke shot 24 free throws in this game, making 21. Carolina's only shot 11. That's about to go up with Isaiah Hicks getting fouled. And Hicks has got 12 points in this game. You can see what a difference maker he can be in the ball game. But Justin Jackson has had to work for everything that he's got in this game. He has 10 points, but he's 4 of 12 from the field, 0 of 5 from three-point range. He's not been able to get untracked.
Couple of teams who have visions on making it all the way to Phoenix, all the way to the Final Four here in this game, and another team with a big resume and a team that could contend to go all the way to the Final Four in UCLA coming up next against Washington State. Jackson with a handoff, a drive, and a finish.
Boy, his speed, he is so dynamic. As soon as he cuts, he explodes into that cut.
Hicks alone for a moment, takes advantage, and Giles just picked up his third foul.
Well, Harry Giles just gets lost out there and got lost on that possession. Isaiah Hicks was wide open underneath, and Giles, unaware of where he was, tried to come over, make the play, and just wound up fouling and throwing his chest right into Hicks.
And that's going to force Giles back to the bench. He just picked up 3 fouls in less than a minute. He sits down, and Tatum back in for the Blue Devils. 3 fouls in 26 seconds on Giles.
Luke Kennard has got Nate Britt on him, and Kennard is bigger, stronger, and he can shoot over the top of Nate Britt. Boy, what a matchup with Joel Berry guarding Jackson.
Britt got a hand on it. Kennard gets it back. Allen from the corner. Bradley down low.
What a great post up by Tony Bradley.
Had Jefferson on him. Remember, Jefferson playing with 3.
Well, Bradley just got right in front of Jefferson and pinned him down on the baseline. That was a great play by the freshman.
Allen tries to find a seam. Jackson, corner 3, no. Hicks the rebound. Britt in transition. Lob, tipped away.
A good idea, just poorly executed.
Open is Jackson. Into the chest of Hicks, and they play on.
Well, hard to believe there's no call there.
3 players wound up down on the deck. And Britt will cool things off for a moment.
That had to be something. There's no way that many players can go down when a player is shooting. That looked like a block to me.
Britt no, and Jefferson seals off Bradley. Jefferson wanted over the back on Bradley. Timeout taken by Duke. We'll step aside. 2-point lead. Carolina Blue Devils and Tar Heels getting after it here in Chapel Hill.
You back. Is this all of my life? I've known nothing. Now I know. This is me. This is who I am.
One of the great talents of the country, freshman Lonzo Ball, leads UCLA against Washington State next tonight here on ESPN. Well, how close has it been between Duke and North Carolina this year? In the 2 games between them this season, 20 ties, 40 lead changes. Tonight it's 11 and 23, 9 and 17 in the first game, won by Duke. And how close has it been in the last 98 meetings, including tonight? Duke is up 49-48 pending the outcome of tonight's game, and only 6 points separate these 2 iconic programs.
North Carolina plus 16 in the paint, plus 11 second chance points. Another really good drive by Frank Jackson, going right after Joel Berry.
Number 3 on Berry. Jackson playing very aggressively, forcing the issue. And Berry not happy with the call as he picks up his 3rd, so he's picked up 2 in the last couple of minutes. Tomorrow, our NBA Sunday Showcase game comes your way from Madison Square Garden as the Warriors take on the Knicks. 3:30 Eastern on ABC. NBA Countdown with Sage Steele and Jalen Rose gets you ready for the game at 3.
Now that's plus 13 points in this game from the free throw line for Duke. The lines, anytime these two teams play, the lines are really important. The three-point line and the free throw line. And Duke is plus 3 from the three-point line where they dominated in the first game. They were plus 27, 13-4 in made threes in that first game.
Jackson still can't get one to go from beyond the arc. Great work, great attempts on the offensive glass by Carolina, but it comes down to the Blue Devils.
Well, anytime you play against North Carolina, every defensive player has got to get to the defensive glass.
Loose ball rebound down to Hicks after the miss by Allen. Barry draws the foul.
Little turnabout being fair play after the rebound, the quick outlet. And it almost doesn't matter which guard gets the ball for North Carolina. They push the ball up the court so quickly.
Number 3 on Grayson Allen.
Really smart play by Joel Berry to get into the lane and draw that contact.
So Barry's got 3 for Carolina. Allen, Jefferson, and Giles. Giles on the bench right now have 3 for Duke.
That just means you have to be smart going down the stretch. You can get a basket back. You cannot get a foul back. Those are the first points for Joel Berry in the second half.
After 19 to lead all scorers in the first half.
And Justin Jackson yet to hit a 3. I think he's 0 for 6.
He's guarding Allen right now. Tatum drives and gets all the way to the rim.
I don't know what Isaiah Hicks was doing there. It's almost like he was trying to stop him from getting to the screen and dribbling out toward the scorer's table instead of staying between Jason Tatum and the basket.
Tatum really took over in game 1 between these two programs. Had 19 all in the second half at Cameron. Rebound Hicks. Hicks had it again, loose on the deck. And they're going to tie it up, and it'll go back over to Duke as they separate everybody on the court.
Well, Jason Tatum had 19 points all in the second half in the first meeting. Remember, he had a big dunk over Kennedy Meeks. This one, nobody in front of him because they didn't guard the angle the right way and didn't stay between Tatum and the basket. That's the result.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by AT&T.
First, winning 4 games in the ACC tournament. Is it possible? Yeah. But boy, it's going to be awfully difficult. That's why this game has such great importance for Duke for winning the ACC tournament.
Tatum over Hicks, no. Jefferson, a great offensive rebound. Pinson almost snuck in there and stole it.
Well, North Carolina's got 6 more made field goals than Duke has in this game, but Duke has been getting to the free throw line like crazy. 23 of 26 with 7 minutes to go in regulation from the free throw line for Duke. That's a plus 11-point advantage. This is you can drive this matchup.
Jefferson keeps the dribble alive, now finds Kennard. Quick trigger again by Kennard, who's made a number of long shots tonight. Not tonight. Pinson one-on-one with Jones. Meeks is there.
And yet another offensive rebound bucket. Matt Jones did a great job of making Theo Pinson change his angle to the basket, but Kennedy Meeks just got down the floor.
12 offensive rebounds for Carolina. They've turned them into 15 points. The best in the country in that department this year.
Well, Jason Tatum got a switch with Kennedy Meeks on him, but didn't take advantage of it.
Kennard, no. Kennard, yes.
But he tipped that in, or yes. Kennedy Meeks. They're both right up there.
And we are tied again.
But what a game.
14 ties, 23 lead changes.
It's going to come down to who has the ball last.
These seniors on Carolina as Jackson gets one to go. They want to go out with a victory tonight. A much-needed 3 for Jackson after missing his first 6 from beyond the arc tonight.
Well, Justin Jackson got a switch. Duke went under. Jackson had plenty of time, which he hasn't had much of in this game from three.
Tatum driving again. Can't get it to go. Jackson, what a pass!
Boy, just two big-time plays by Justin Jackson. He'd been struggling from three, knocks down his first one, next time down. The drive, a fabulous pocket pass, and what a catch and finish by Isaiah Hicks. That's a great pass. Talk about threading the needle. And what a difference Isaiah Hicks has made in the lineup for North Carolina. That's 18 points now for Hicks with a chance to make it 19.
And 7 rebounds as well, helping Carolina really take control in that area. His senior night, it's a big one.
Well, and Hicks was struggling coming into this game. In his last 3 games, Isaiah Hicks was 4 of 16 from the field. He had 10 points in his last 3 games total and 13 fouls.
Biggest lead of the night for Carolina. The entire game has been played within 6 points one way or the other.
Now the question is, what matchup does Duke try to take advantage of on this possession? They need a score.
They go to Kennard. Soft touch, and it rolls in.
A great curl, and he just shot right over the top of the smaller Nate Britt, who was in good position, but Kennard's just bigger and longer. That was just good offense, being a little bit better than good defense.
Jackson off to May, cutting to the basket and laying it in. Two great finds from Justin Jackson.
Well, North Carolina leads the ACC in assists, and you can see why in the last several possessions.
Kennard will head to the free throw line.
Well, we've talked about Justin Jackson and his movement without the ball. Luke Kennard, very good moving without the ball as well. Curled up a low screen, went right into the middle and shot the ball over the smaller Nate Britt. Got the roll. And Justin Jackson, what a great pass. Caught Luke May going to the basket after Emil Jefferson helped out. They didn't get a rotation to be able to take away that dive. And an excellent pass. That's got to be 18, 19 assists for North Carolina overall.
18 on the night on 30 made buckets.
That knuckle abacus of mine still working.
Frank Jackson to the bench for Duke. Matt Jones has returned as Kennard makes them both. Is it Sam Cassell who called this a wine and cheese crowd? That doesn't apply anymore.
Oh, I don't think it applied then either. It's just that Florida State was really good. Remember that team they had back in '92?
Yeah.
Man.
This place has been fired up all night long. Tatum with a rebound in traffic. Numbers for Duke. Kennard. Allen. 3 from the corner, and they're back within 1.
Boy, how fast was that? And a great outlet by Jason Tatum to get it to Kennard. What an answer.
A switch here. Tatum now on Barry. Jefferson now on Barry.
Got to drive this.
He does. And he gets all the way to the glass. Carolina by 3.
Great job by North Carolina to take advantage of the switch.
What a game. Tatum. And a foul before the rejection to take us to the under 4 media timeout. Three-point lead, Carolina. Blue Devils and Tar Heels in an epic contest so far here on Saturday primetime. Senior Isaiah Hicks on his senior night, having a huge night for the Tar Heels. Roy will
update back to Chapel Hill in a moment. But first, a week from tomorrow, Selection Sunday, and we have our first ticket punched. That's Norbertus Giggity for Jacksonville State. First tournament berth they win the Ohio Valley. Fellas.
One down. And 67 to go to find out who are the 68 going to the NCAA tournament. Still to come tonight, Washington State and UCLA. A man who took the college basketball world by storm back in the 70s when he was known as Lou Alcindor. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on to watch the Bruins play tonight.
The Conference of Champions.
You love the skyhook, don't you?
That was the single greatest offensive weapon in the history of basketball is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's skyhook.
Hands down. Not even close. 1 of 2 for Tatum. 2-point game. Pinson back into the game for Carolina. Britt to the bench.
Jason Tatum guarding Kennedy Meeks.
Jackson. Pulls up for the long jumper. No. Allen the rebound, and Duke with a chance to tie or take the lead.
An awfully tough shot with Matt Jones guarding Justin Jackson. It has been a struggle for Jackson to get open shots.
Kennard off a screen. Knew he missed it. Tried to follow it. The rebound comes down to his teammate Tatum at a fresh 30 for Duke.
Isaiah Hicks not able to get a block out on Jason Tatum.
Tatum driving Jackson.
Offensive foul.
It is.
Nice job by Justin Jackson to discard with the left arm by Jason Tatum.
Number 3 on Tatum. Nobody playing with 4 at this point. A total of 6 players, 4 Blue Devils and 2 Tar Heels have 3.
North Carolina needs to go inside. Hicks or Meeks have to touch the ball down in the post.
Will it be Meeks? Barry pulls up. Drains it.
It has been gutsy play after gutsy play.
Allen into the chest of Kennedy Meeks to draw the foul.
Now, North Carolina has dominated points in the paint, but one of the reasons is Duke's been getting fouled so much, they're just going to the free throw line. But Joe Barry hasn't been good in this game. He's been great. And Roy Williams wants to see some defense down the other end. The difference in this game is going to be a stop. Both these teams can score. Which team can stop the other with their defense?
Some missed free throws here in the second half for Duke after they started off so hot from the line tonight. Missed them both.
Now let's see if Carolina goes inside on this possession. I think they've settled for a couple of jump shots. Barry hit his. Justin Jackson did not hit his last one.
10 to shoot. Barry the drive. The floater. Frank Jackson for 3. Pinson comes down with it for the Heels. And a timeout taken by Roy Williams in Carolina.
When North Carolina needed a big play, Joel Barry was the guy that delivered it. And typical of North Carolina, the offensive glass has been a big factor in this game. North Carolina able to get second shots on the season. North Carolina leads the nation in offensive rebounding, getting 42% of their misses. They've kept it alive. They've got second opportunities. And it doesn't matter whether it's been Luke May or Tony Bradley, Isaiah Hicks, Kennedy Meeks, Justin Jackson keeping the ball alive. The offensive glass is an offense unto itself for North Carolina.
The noise level rises again here at the Dean Dome. Carolina's already the outright ACC regular season champion. For Duke, this outcome tonight determines whether they're the 4 seed or the 5 seed in the ACC tournament.
Frank Jackson guarding Joel Berry. Better get it in.
Tipped away by Jefferson, but out of bounds to Carolina.
Joel Berry's not the only guy that can catch it. Other Tar Heels have to move to get open.
And Hicks right back to Pinson. Now to Berry as we move into the final minute of regulation.
Got a switch. Grayson Allen guarding Isaiah Hicks.
Jackson over Frank Jackson. No. Quick shot. Rebound Duke. Tatum in transition. Lost it. But it stays with the Blue Devils. With 45.7 to go.
Really for North Carolina right now with a 6-point lead. You don't want to give up an open 3, and you do not want to foul. Make Duke take a tough 2. North Carolina, what a great game in this one.
Luke Kennard leads Duke with 25. Duke in desperate need of a score. Tatum misses the 3. Carolina crowd thought there was a little pushing and shoving under the basket. Allen with a drive. Draws the foul, and he is headed to the free throw line.
Well, North Carolina had an opportunity for an offensive rebound, but it looked like Isaiah Hicks and Kennedy Meeks got tied up with each other. But North Carolina gave up an open 3 to Jason Tatum. He just missed it. I mean, the things we just talked about. You can't give up an open 3, and you can't foul. And North Carolina did them both.
4th on Meeks.
Duke has really said, what did they hit their first 19 of 20?
And then 19 of 20. They've now missed 6 of 13 since then. And Guy, 80% plus free throw shooters. Allen, Tatum, Kennard have been the ones missing it.
And the strength of Duke's free throw shooting down the stretch has let the Blue Devils down on the road.
They don't get a quick steal. They got a foul here, and they'll put Berry on the line, and he's a good free throw shooter.
North Carolina, with their depth, their ability to get the ball up and down the floor, they can just wear you down.
1-1 for Berry, 83% on the season. Four for 4 tonight. Michael liking it as much as anybody here in this building.
And this is a big free throw. This can make it a 3-possession game.
Duke ball.
They can go look at that.
I think they might.
But I thought that went off Kennedy Meeks. I thought that was a good call.
Inside the final 2 minutes, you can have a look.
Thought it went off of the left hand of Kennedy Meeks as he was reaching in there.
Yeah. Yep. It should be Duke ball. And it is. Just 33 seconds to go. Duke down by 6.
And not that there's anything you can do about it on a review, but those wind up being free timeouts. So both teams should be fully prepared for what they're facing.
Nobody on the ball here for Carolina. Into the hands of Frank Jackson.
Don't have to have a 3.
Kennard will get a chance for an old-fashioned 3.
And not a good foul. Not a good foul at all. Not only allowing Duke to get 3 points off the possession, but stopping the clock and allowing Duke to set up full court pressure. Well, what a great move by Luke Kennard.
Well, as he told you, in 94 feet, he's right-handed, but he shoots left-handed, but he's shown a great ability to score with both hands here tonight.
Well, he's got a lot of game. Yeah. His footwork is just terrific.
One possession game. Pinson ahead to Jackson. And he'll lay it in for Carolina. It's back to 5. Kennard for 3. Jefferson blocked by Meeks.
This has been a fabulous basketball game, and North Carolina has shown a lot of mettle in this second half. And what a difference Isaiah Hicks has made in this game. Missing from game 1 after being injured in practice the day before the game on maybe the best dunk of the year that nobody saw.
Right. 20 for Hicks tonight.
And for a guy who was struggling badly coming into this one, Isaiah Hicks, his last 3 games, 4 of 16 from the field, 10 points total in his last 3, 13 fouls.
Pretty good senior night for him tonight.
A memorable one. Yep. The heck of a win for North Carolina.
What a game. What a great display of college basketball tonight here in Chapel Hill. Michael Jordan among the 21,000 who enjoyed it immensely here at the Dean Dome as Carolina beats Duke by 7 after Duke beat Carolina by 8 at Cameron last month. And now we know exactly what the bracket looks like for the ACC tournament. The loss for Duke drops them into the 5 seed. Carolina had already clinched the 1.